All right, well, where's Doug Tamaro? Okay, so get your camera out and take a picture so you stop posting that god-awful press conference picture from 1990 whatever with my bad 90s hairdo. Okay, my hair's looking a little better today. Not that we need to post anything anymore. So, hey, really quickly, I went to dinner with my husband. We met for dinner last week, and I realized when I got to the restaurant, I forgot my phone. So I'm like all panicked, like, you know, I see some of our players. Maybe one of the players is trying to get a hold of me. Maybe a recruit's trying to get a hold of me. And, of course, he shows up, and he's got my phone. I'm like, okay, great, you know, and I'm like all nervous, kind of panicked, grabbed the phone, and I actually only had one text. It was from him. He said, I'm on my way. I have your phone. So I'm out here stating the obvious, especially because nothing can stay too quiet. I'm retiring after 25 years. It's just been my honor to be here and serve. And as Ray said, it's just time. It's just time. Just want to make a few comments, and then we can take some questions. I've had the great fortune of coaching and mentoring these young women for the past almost 3 decades, and I'm just forever grateful for them believing in me and believing in the culture that we built here. The world's a lot different now than when I started in 1996, but I'm excited to use this new chapter to continue to help people and hopefully serve our community here at an even grander scale. And maybe have a few off days in between every now and then. Reflecting back, of course, we were all about winning championships. But I so appreciated that our academic achievements, our community service, our character, our players excelling beyond basketball was so appreciated by our administration, by our donors, by our alums, and by our fans. And I sincerely hope that we continue with ASU women's basketball to have a transformative and not transactional program. As I begin to thank all the people that I want to thank today, I just want to say I'm so grateful for the amazing memories. A lot of you have been a part of them, even the challenging ones that have helped shape me to become who I am today. Guess I'll start with who brought me here. Laddie Core, Kevin White, and the one and only Sandy Hatfield Club, who I told no to 3 times. And I just appreciate so much your persistence, my friend, in continuing to ask me to be a Sun Devil. And then I want to thank Dr. Crow for his support and unbelievable leadership. It's so fun. It's been so fun to recruit to ASU, to a place where you can do anything that you want to do. It's just so special, and he is an amazing leader for us. And Vice President Jim Runn, Vice President Christine Wilkinson have been amazing supporters of our program, so I just want to thank them. And then I want to thank our athletic leadership, Ray, Jean, Christina, all of the athletic administrators for everything that they've continued to do for me and our program. Obviously, our success is because they want us to be successful. I want to thank all the players, can't name them all the players and the staff that I've had that have made it a rewarding and fulfilling 25 years. I wish I had time to list every one of them. I see a lot of our current team here today. Thank you guys, love you. My staff in the back, Jackie Moore, Nikki Blue, Yvonne Sanchez, Meg Sanders, Diana Padilla, our trainer, Steve Rodriguez, our sports information director. You know, I just want to thank everybody. Jeff Munn, the voice of Sun Devil basketball. You know, obviously, I think all of my people know how much I appreciate them, but I really appreciate you guys being here, so I can really say thank you to all of them. And there's so many people in athletics. I mean, Jim and the band, right? Bill and the 94-2 crew, and Cheer, and Mark, who never goes home, Mark Gorski, who works this building, and sometimes we have 4 baskets instead of 2, and you know, it's just, I think they all know how much I appreciate them. And then I just want to give a shout out to Linda Volstead. You named this group, Charlie's Angels. You know, one of our athletic administrators. we have this incredible donor group that has, been a huge part of why we've been able to sustain our success, not just competitively, but the other things that we talked about, the transformative things, resources that our student athletes have had. Our awesome fans who have supported us through thick and thin. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything. Keep supporting ASU women's basketball, please. And then lastly, and most importantly, to my family, who's all here today, who honestly probably too often came second to my ASU family.
I was like, why is this not down?
Okay, thank you, because I'm about to lose it, so she just helped me there. So I just appreciate their continued love and support. So when Connor was about 5, he said, "Mom, you spend more time with the sisters than you spend with us." And he was right. And they just were born into the Sun Devil family. Connor was born between an overtime game against Washington and U of A. 2 doors down, 2 hours apart from Sandy's oldest son. Liam was born on Selection Show Sunday. A bunch of you might have been in my house, and Will was at the hospital with me giving birth. And then we traveled 3 days later to the NCAA tournament. And Quinn, I don't know if you made it finally, but I had to hold him in through Christmas and our Washington series after Christmas to get through a few games. So they grew up with this program. Both Connor and Liam are finishing ASU degrees because this is such an unbelievable institution. And they are Sun Devils through and through. So I'm just so happy, for this transition to allow them to be a top priority, and my parents at home, Gloria and Jim Turner. So that is definitely part of my decision. So we have the worst acronym ever invented, was invented by me for our program. It's one of our core values. It's FIGS. It means finish everything, finish strong. And while from a basketball standpoint, maybe we didn't quite do what we wanted to do this year, I think on behalf of my staff and everybody, anybody that's ever coached knows your best coaching job is never your best record. And I do feel like we emptied out, gave everything we had, and it's time. So I'll take any questions.
Questions? Craig?
Charli, what's next?
Well, take a breath. I really, after 33 years of kind of working every day, I'm definitely going to just go see my parents who aren't doing well and spend some time. But I'm going to look into a number of different things, maybe some broadcasting, maybe some writing, maybe some teaching at ASU. I don't know, I'll just float that out there. Some consulting. I know Sandy's got some gigs going on the side there, so I've actually talked to a few people. I'm definitely not retiring. I'll be a working, stiff for probably, it's just in my genes. I'm good peasant stock. Yeah, I'm, for right now, just hopefully just take a breath. Yeah, thanks.
Who's next, right here?
Charli, being a Washington 12 News, how long did it take for you to come to this decision ultimately, and when did you finally decide to announce today?
It's just kind of a lot of things aligned. And I think if you talk to coaches that have been in it a long time, you just, at some point, just sort of know, and it, maybe not a single day, but just kind of culminating. And I think for me, there's only one way to do this. It's kind of all in, all out, all the time. I gotta watch all my film. I gotta, make sure I'm available for people. And so I think, just these last 2 years were tough, with the pandemic and all the challenges with that. And I think, even if I had the high octane fuel, it just burned a little quicker than I would have liked. And that was certainly part of it. Yeah.
Who's next? Anyone?
Did you have any idea heading into this year that this was going to be the year, or at all? Any mindset at all of that happening?
I mean, I definitely didn't go into the year thinking I'm going for another 10 years. So, I've been kind of taking it maybe, a little bit as we go. I think a lot of things just in my life, and I think we all experienced things through the pandemic that maybe just shifted our perspective. It definitely wasn't, oh, I got to go out on a great season, or I'm going to go out on a bad season. It didn't really have anything to do with that.
Lena?
Your players here are obviously emotional. When did you share with them that this was?
At noon today.
Alex?
When you look back on your time, whenever that you get the chance to do that here at ASU, what is there going to be one theme that really pops out?
You know, I think, you know, this isn't a big, huge community, so sometimes when I'm out, people are like, hey, coach, and stuff like that. And I think one of the things that just I'm really proud of is just, again, like they love that we win, right? And you know, all that good stuff. But I think for our donors and for so many people, they just appreciate the character of our team and kind of who we are out there, and they see us out in the community, and that's something that's always been really important to me. And you know, success is fleeting, but you know, there's a significance to impacting people that we've always taken a lot of pride in, and that's probably the thing that I feel the best about.
Jesse?
What was your favorite memory of the entire 25 years?
Dude, come on. I mean, obviously I had all 3 of my children during the season, so those were some memorable moments during the season. I mean, they're here. I kind of have to say that, Jesse.
Charli,
Greg?
you mentioned the family and stuff, but can you talk about the level of commitment it takes to coach in a Power 5 school conference? What's that like?
I mean, I don't know that everybody does it the same, but you know, it's I mean, my staff, I mean, we work every day. Yeah, we work every day. I mean, that includes on Christmas, you're texting recruits. You're getting film ready for your game on the 27th, 28th. You're finishing your scouts. So it's a lifestyle. You know, I mean, it's been amazing to me, and I don't regret any of it, but it's definitely, I mean, you know, 13, 14 hours a day, most days, of just, you know, managing your team, preparing for games, recruiting, managing your donor base, managing, you know, a business. Yeah, and relationships, a lot of relationships, you know, 50 to 100 relationships a day. And then, you know, the prep. It's back in the olden days, like we'd get 2 films, like 2 game films, right? Like 2 VHS, and that's all you'd have to prepare. Now we have every single possession ever, you know, for the entire year. So you really can get consumed with preparation and film as well. But it's, you know, I think, and I think especially the way that we do it, you know, because we want to prepare and win, but we really care about our young women, and, you know, we're trying to make sure they're in a good place beyond basketball. And so there's, you know, those types of things that are really important to us that just take time and energy. So it's not like, sometimes I'll be on an airplane, oh, what do you do? I'm Coach ASU Women's Basketball. Oh, what else do you do? That's it. So it's kind of hard to describe. It's definitely a pretty intense profession. Yeah. And, you know, I think the hard thing about coaching is all the things you can't control, which was still hard on our team this year. You know, the pause and the injuries and just, you know, piling games on top of games. You know, I think that's always one of the hardest things in coaching. Yeah. All the hardest work and prep sometimes doesn't matter. Yeah. Not my concern anymore, but.
Hi there, Carter McGill, Chrome Guy News. Obviously, you've had a rich history in the Sun Devil athletic program. What are you looking to leave behind as a legacy, or something that you hope to pass on to the future coach, or even the program of Sun Devil athletics?
I just really, really want, you know, our new coach and you know, Nikki Blue's sort of handling things right now for us, and hopefully get looked at hard. I just really want it to be transformative. I really want whoever comes in here to win championships, get to a Final Four, but also really care about these young women beyond basketball. We had a 3.72 last semester. You know, we have the alumni that we've graduated are doctors, lawyers. You know, they're doing incredible things. They're leaders in their communities. So I just, like, I want it all, right? They need to do it all, not just part of it. That's what I hope most for the future of the Sun Devil women's basketball.
Over here.
Not asking much, right?
Jordan?
Coach, when you look back at your time in the Pac-10 and Pac-12, what are you most proud about helping raise that standard within this conference?
Well, I mean, it's always been a good conference, you know, and I do think that, you know, for some years there, it was us and Stanford, you know, back and forth, and I really think the Pac-12 network, you know, did an unbelievable job of just raising our conference up because people never watched us. You know, we just weren't on TV. And so, you know, then when they saw Beyond January and a lot of players and there was that recognition and stuff, it just kind of elevated everything. But, you know, I'm proud of the players and the staff that we've coached that were, you know, perennial top 3 and, you know, in the running for championships. And you know, we definitely set a standard.
Anyone else? Here?
Yeah, so when you did tell the team at noon today, just how was it? What was the emotion like? How did they take it? What was their reaction?
It was hard. Yeah, it was hard. I mean, I know it was very unexpected, you know, and obviously that's one of the hardest things, you know, whether you take a different job or you retire, you know, is leaving behind team, staff, you know, by far. So they were amazing. You know, after we met, they pretty much all came up and sat with me and, you know, said they were happy for me. I mean, they were unbelievable. But, you know, obviously we're all sad.